13 colonies.
Back in the good old days.
Yeah, back when we hated our enemies instead of embracing them.
Race car spelled backwards is still race car. This is the Race Car Spelled Backwards podcast. Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Brad, and with me, as always, is Jamie, and this is Race Car Spelled Backwards, episode 88. Doing it for Dale.
Go, Dale!
Dale Jr., baby. 88. Hey, Loose Cannon's 44 today was episode 8. This is episode 88. Man, it's an 888 kind of
We're
day.
the only one showing them love. NBC won't.
NBC hates them, so, But, coming off a Las Vegas race, Jamie, how you been, man?
It's boring.
Boring.
It's bored.
So,
Five great laps.
So, was Vegas a good race?
According to some people's surveys, yeah, but according to me, no.
According to the Jeff Gluck poll, 78% said yes, it was a good race, and the rest of you said no, it was not a good race. Now, Atlanta had a record number of votes. 49,000 people voted on the Atlanta Was It a Good Race poll. As of right now, as we record, the poll's been open over half the day, and it only has 16,000 votes. Out of 16,000 people, 78% of you enjoyed that race. I am willing to bet there's 20,000 people who hated that race, and they're just not going to vote.
I'm not voting. Hated it.
Like, that's what I'm thinking.
I did everything I could to stream it because I was traveling yesterday, and I streamed it all day long. I could have just watched
the 3-minute
recap on YouTube.
And knew everything that happened.
Because I watched it again. They showed the last 5 laps.
I didn't even think the last 5 laps was good. Like,
car sucks.
Yes, Tyler Reddick had a run. He was pulling up, getting closer, but because you can aero block, which is basically just how Joey Logano has driven a car since he got into the sport of NASCAR. I do not like Joey Logano.
It's creating turbulence,
I do not like how Joey Logano drives.
It's creating turbulence. That's all it is.
This new car is, I think Joey Logano probably had a part in designing this new car. It sucks that bad. This car, I dislike this new next-gen car more than I dislike Joey Logano.
I think he ought to sell his gloves.
I'm sure.
You can paddle with them.
That was their next thing they were going to do. He looked like,
oh, boy, on a paddleboard.
He looked like Spider-Man over there just with these gloves. I mean, Bob had tweeted out a picture of them. They legit had webbing between each finger. When he held his hand up against the window, it covered more air. Did that give him an advantage? I don't know, because he goes out at Las Vegas and sits on the pole there. So I think the glove was a distraction for all the other ways he's cheating. That's what it was.
How about he just sucks?
I mean,
we're too spoiled as fans, Brad. Did you know that?
I do. And as a spoiled NASCAR fan,
I don't like Joey as a
I want to do Joey Logano a favor. I don't want to burden him with my NASCAR fandom of him. So because I'm a spoiled NASCAR fan, I dislike Joey. As a driver, I hate you, Joey Logano.
Do you know I won't put, because of him, Shell in my car?
No, I won't go to
Mobil.
I won't go to Shell. I won't use Pennzoil. I hate the color yellow.
I'm very particular about the gasoline I put in my car. At one point, I would put in Shell, but
the number 22 makes me like, oh, God.
Pearl.
I get nervous.
Pearl.
Hunt's Brothers Pizza is now a sponsor of Joey Logano.
I never liked that. I've never had it, actually.
And I never will have it.
I saw a gas station.
Hunt's, thank you, Hunt's, for keeping me from eating gas station pizza.
I did see a gas station that now has a sign out in the middle of nowhere. I mean, there's nothing out there. There's peach orchards, cattle farms, and there's it's a marathon. They also are
Hunt's Brothers?
They got Hunt's Brothers.
You're not getting them.
No.
Now, let me ask you this. What do you think about his teammates?
I like his teammates.
I don't. I mean, I do, but I don't. I like Ryan Blaney a little less because he acts like he's Joey Logano's friend. I like Austin Cindric a little less because he acts like I don't know if they really like each other. But
I like Ryan Blaney.
They work together. If you like Joey Logano, I question.
They really don't, though. Joey would wreck any of his teammates to win.
But they talk like they're best friends.
They have to. They're on the same team.
It doesn't matter.
They don't like him.
That makes me sick.
They don't like him.
Then be honest, because now you're just a liar.
They don't like him.
You already have to lie to appease NASCAR.
They're indifferent, which is worse than hatred.
NASCAR encourages drivers to lie to the fans. NASCAR, so you're saying Penske's encouraging his teammates to lie to the fans as well?
He's forcing them to.
Okay. So I like Ryan Blaney a little more.
I want you guys to show to the world that you're a team. That's what Rogers is saying. He's saying you're a team.
Okay, I'm with you. I think you make a good point here, Dale. I think now that you put it this way, Dale, I see what you're saying.
But, how many times has Joey showed up when Ryan Blaney is on the download? Never.
Yeah, I mean,
has Joey Logano been on the download?
I hope not. I don't think so.
If he was on the download, I blocked it out and have wiped it out of my memory bank.
I wouldn't listen. I mean,
he's too arrogant.
I've told the story. We went to Daytona, USA, the museum right there off the Daytona Speedway. They put the winner of the Daytona 500 car in there for a whole year. When we were exiting, the lady asked me and my family, she's like, all right, y'all come over here. Let's get a picture with the winning Daytona 500 car. I said, no, I will not allow you to take a photograph of Joey Logano's car and my family at the same time. There's no way I would let my kids stand in front of that nasty, ugly-looking car and pretend they support Joey Logano like Ryan Blaney does.
Joey Logano has one thing I like. He has a big bird neck with a big Adam's apple.
Yeah.
And I want to punch right in the throat.
I don't even like his new hair. His hair looks like the poop emoji was put right on top of his head. We know it's a toupee, Joey. You're not fooling.
Is he even being endorsed by?
You're not fooling anybody. Men's Hair Club of America, or whatever it is.
Poop Club of Hair.
It looks like legit. Like you took an ice cream soft serve machine and went right on top of Joey Logano's head.
His teeth are so big too. Why?
I didn't plan on opening this show starting off talking about Joey Logano, but that's exactly what we've done.
I mean, he's got big teeth. He's got Simpson lips. Have you noticed that? The Simpson cartoons? They're not just touching each other. They go out and touch.
No, I've never noticed, but now thanks to you.
He's a Simpson character.
I'll never be able to undo the vision of Joey Logano as a Simpson character with pokey lips and a turd swirl on top of his head.
He can slurp Duff's beer straight out with his lips.
So, as you can tell, we don't like Joey Logano. We don't like the next-gen car. I actually like the next-gen car less than I like Joey Logano. I'm more likely to take a photograph with Joey Logano than I am to support this new car. And honestly, before we started recording this show, I was going to keep my opinion to myself about this next-gen car and say, maybe we need to see more races. But you know what? This is season 3 of this crap. I think we've seen all we need to see.
It sucks.
I don't want to see no more of it, to the point where this show's going to struggle making it unless we start covering another series of racing.
Von Vampire or this car?
I don't know, man, because I
Count Dracula.
I cannot stand watching Formula One racing because they don't race. It's a bunch of cars following around Von Stingenberger and his teammate. And then in NASCAR, it's just 40 guys running qualifying laps for 4 hours.
But we wanted to become more like F1. That's why we redesigned the car.
No, the fans do not want it to be more like F1.
The France family doesn't care about their fans.
All they care about is profit, money. They created. They want it to be more like NASCAR, so they can make. F1. So
what was our discussion before the show, though?
Which one?
I said we're going to Zoom call this because I ain't even going to invest any time in this show if this car sucks at Richmond.
Actually, so
Martinsville.
You said I was in charge of doing the show alone because you were quitting.
Pretty much.
That's why we need to pick another race series.
I'm sick and tired of this freaking car sucking.
We came into this season with high hopes that we were going to watch the Xfinity series and not the Cup series, and we were going to do this show.
What did the drivers say after they tested their solution?
That it didn't work.
They said, meh.
Didn't do anything. We're going to see next weekend how little the Phelps and the France family care about NASCAR.
They don't care.
So, all right, before we jump into talking more or complaining more about the racing, let's talk about a driver spotlight. I picked this driver before he won this race. So our driver spotlight this week is Rajah Caruth. Rajah Kirby Caruth is a 21-year-old. He was born July 11th, 2002 in Atlanta, Georgia, and raised in Brooklyn, New York, and Washington, D.C. Just like
Yay!
Jamie. You were born in Georgia, right?
Born in Georgia.
Raised in Washington and New York?
Raised in Washington, New York. New Jersey. Throw New Jersey.
And Jersey. I mean,
and Connecticut.
I'm sure Rajah visited New Jersey at some point. Might not have lived there, but I'm sure he visited. So Rajah competes full-time in the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series.
I'm a big Rajah fan.
Yeah, he competes full-time in the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series, driving the number 71 Chevrolet Silverado for Spire Motorsports. He won
Sponsored by Mr. Hendricks.
Sponsored by HendrickCars.com.
Yeah.
100% correct there. He grew up watching racing, and in 2018, when he turned 16, he joined iRacing NASCAR Series, where his online driving skills grabbed the attention of the Drive for Diversity program.
You know what's awesome?
This is in 2018. He started driving in iRacing.
What is awesome is if he went to a track from where he lived in D.C., the closest ones were Richmond, Dover, or Long Pond.
Yeah.
That's where I went.
Well, what's cool to me is in 2018, 6 years ago, right?
Uh-huh. That's when
he started iRacing. 6 years ago, he started iRacing. 6 years later, he's a NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series winner. That's crazy to me.
I think the way he's been performing at Atlanta, he did great.
Well, I mean, you think about it, you got Kevin Harvick and all these other NASCAR drivers got their 3-year-olds in a race car, right? Rajah had no idea how to drive a car at 3. He enjoyed watching NASCAR. He got into it as a sport, as a spectator. Joined iRacing at 16 years old in 2018. In 2019, he raced in the Legend Car Series, but he was so dang good there, they just pushed him on up to the late models in 2020.
But what does he have that others don't? He's got dedication.
Yeah.
Door bumper clear. All the spotters, they're like, if he's not racing, he's up in the spotting tower asking us questions.
Yeah, he's studying. He's a student of the sport. Yeah. He's doing exactly what you need to do to make it in this sport. In 2021, he ran his first full season in the ARCA Menards Series, and also in 2022, he raced in the Xfinity Cup and truck race, or an Xfinity race and a truck race, also in 2022 for the first time. In 2023, he ran his first full season in the Truck Series, and in 2024, he moved over to Spire, where I think the guy's probably going to win his first truck championship in 2024.
Oh, I'm going to say he's going to win 2 or 3. You're going further than me.
Yeah, I think he wins championship this year.
Wow.
Look, he's in the best equipment out there. I think Spire has the best equipment in the Truck Series.
Now, Bowman has proven that the best equipment doesn't help you.
Bowman did. We're going to talk about that too. Me and Brandon had a conversation over the weekend, and I want to bring it up. We're going to talk about it after this. We'll talk about it. So, do you think he's the real deal or not?
I think he is.
With 40 laps to go in the truck race, I made a note. I sent a picture of this note to Brandon so he can confirm. With 40 laps to go, I actually did do this. My note said, Rajah might be the real deal. That's all I wrote. I didn't want to write he was going to win this race. I didn't want to write anything like that. But I wanted to know that with 40 laps to go, I really thought this kid could win.
He can be the Michael Jordan of our sport.
He can be the next superstar in this sport. I like the guy's personality. When the camera's on him, he carries himself in a professional manner, but he's got a great sense of humor and a personality that comes out. He seems like an overall good guy. I really enjoy watching him race. And honestly, I think we're going to really enjoy watching him race over the next few years as he goes to the Cup Series. I think he goes straight to the Cup Series from the Truck Series.
I think he replaces Bowman. That's what I'm just saying. So, out of the 4 cars.
Brandon, I swear, Brandon, I have not told Jamie anything I said to you over the weekend about this.
I said
exactly what he just said.
Actually, we had, 0? It was a travel day. I went to a play.
We didn't even talk yesterday.
Yeah, we didn't even text.
At all. No. But I told Brandon that Rajah was going to move to Hendrick Motorsports directly out of the Truck Series. He's going to skip Xfinity.
Bowman's going to suck, I'm telling you.
I don't think Hendrick Motorsports is a 2-win team. If you only win 2 races a year, I don't think you get re-signed at Hendrick Motorsports anymore. I think you're gonna have to win 4 to 5 to 6 races a season to stay employed at Hendrick.
That's what you need. You have to, because if you're in the best equipment,
you should be the best driver.
We've been to their campus.
It's massive.
So Jeff Gordon says they don't make any money.
Correct.
Holy cow, dude. That's the size of a community college.
So
buildings everywhere.
William Byron, he's going to win 4 or 5 races.
He's going to win a championship.
Kyle Larson's going to win. Kyle Larson again. We're 3 races into the Cup season this year. Kyle Larson and William Byron are already locked in. Rick Hendricks has half his team locked into the playoffs 3 races into the season. So I think William Byron's a 5+ race a year winner.
So who do you think is the weakest link?
Honestly, Chase. But Chase goes nowhere. Chase gets a free pass.
Chase gets the free pass because he's the most popular driver.
Chase gets the Dale Jr. free pass. I mean, I love Dale Jr. He is by far my favorite figure in NASCAR. I pulled for Dale Jr. since he's retired. I don't have a favorite driver anymore. Chase Elliott, I like the guy. He's a Georgia boy. He has 0 personality, though. Chase Elliott will have a ride at Rick Hendricks till he no longer wants to race. Chase brings enough. I
don't think so.
I think he does. He brings enough money to the team.
No, through
popularity, he goes nowhere.
I think if he doesn't start winning in the next 3 to 4 years,
he'll win.
Napa leaves him.
I think he wins. No,
Hooters leaves him.
They're going nowhere. He's the most popular driver.
I think his popularity goes down.
I don't.
I don't think the 6 million people in Georgia that vote for him to be the most popular driver.
It's not just Georgia, man.
He's going to have to grow a personality.
Left Turn Cult sent out a tweet that said that
I love Chase Elliott.
Chase Elliott has not won a race on a 1.5-mile oval since they went to the next gen. Everybody wanted to get all pissy and up in arms because Atlanta's a 1.5-mile oval. Atlanta's a super speedway.
What happened to him?
Atlanta has nothing to do with these other tracks.
What happened to him? He showed his manhood when he did tit for tat with Harvick at the Roval.
Okay.
From that day forward, what happened to him?
It's gone.
But why?
Because he's in a different car. I don't think Chase likes this next-gen car. I don't think he likes the way it races. I don't think he likes racing it.
Give me the attitude you displayed as a driver.
Agreed.
Messing with Harvick.
Agreed.
Give it to me.
Give me the attitude
You'll be my favorite driver again.
Give me the attitude you had with Denny.
I still buy my auto parts at Napa because of him.
All I'm saying is Hendrick Motorsports is no longer a team that you can stay at with 2 wins. Chase Elliott is going to get 1 or 2 wins a season. Didn't
get it last year.
He got hurt last year.
Not the whole season, though.
Yeah, but you miss half the season, it screws you up. So
screwed him up.
I give him a pass on last season. I'll give him a pass. Most popular driver, I give him a pass.
I'm going to tell you why he's weak.
Hendricks is giving him a pass, too, though. I'm telling you.
You want to know why he's weak?
Rick is going to keep him as long as he keeps the money flow. Look, this sport is not about anything but money.
Right.
So as long as the
also,
but if the money's
apply
coming
to what you just said about Rajah to him. His dad and his uncle, when they didn't have a team race, they started their own.
Correct.
They worked on their own stuff.
Those days are over, though.
Every dime they could make was dedicated to racing.
Those days are 100% over.
I want Chase to have the same attitude Daddy had in his uncle.
He's not going to.
Chase.
He's just a millennial that doesn't really care that much.
He's not going to have a ride.
He's too young, making too much money to know how to act right.
He's going to be at Rick Ware Racing in 5 years.
I disagree. I think he retires from Hendrick Motors.
Write it down.
I ain't got to write it down.
Yeah, he'll retire from Hendrick Motors in 5 years.
No, I disagree. I think Bowman's out.
Bowman's done.
Unless Bowman can win 5 races a season, Bowman's out.
He can't.
I like Bowman. Got nothing against the guy. I think he's a two-win season guy.
But he's not a Hendricks guy.
You take him out of Hendricks equipment, though, and put him in Spire or something like that, he's not.
Unfortunately, Spire's on the up.
Corey LaJoy
Spire is an option.
I think Corey LaJoy would do better in a Hendrick car than Bowman. So, I think Corey LaJoy would win 3, 4, 5 races a season than Bowman. Where Bowman finished at yesterday, Jamie?
I'm looking. 18th.
Not good enough.
Chase is 12th.
Not good enough either.
Chase needs a top 10. He has to be top 10. Noah finished 6th.
Noah finished better than Chase. Daniel Sorass finished better. Daniel Sorass, this is what I want you people to Just
Look.
take this into account. Daniel Soras has won more races in the last 2 seasons. Chris Buescher has won more races in the last 2 seasons than Chase Elliott.
Prediction.
Put that in your pipe and smoke it.
Prediction. Who wins a race quicker this season? Little Ty or Chase?
Ty Gibbs.
I agree with you.
I don't even have to think about it. And I like Chase. I am a Chase Elliott fan. He is a Georgia boy.
I don't like Ty, but he has taken the black hat from Busch.
If Ty will go punch Joey Logano, I'm telling you, I'll buy a shirt.
I'm telling you, I love not liking Ty. I love it. I need Ty.
Ty's starting to win me over. To be honest
I
with you.
need Ty to win races, so I dislike him more.
Ty had issues yesterday on pit road.
He still finished 5th.
And finished 5th. Yeah. He
Joe Gibbs is
Ty Gibbs is putting in the work.
Tyler Reddick. I mean,
that's what this tells me. Ty Gibbs is putting in the work. That's all it really tells me.
He's still spoiled brat, but he's putting in the work.
That's all we can ask for, right? All right, next season, Dale Jr. will not be returning to the booth in 2024 with NBC.
Poop on you, NBC.
It has been announced that Dale will be going
big, squirty, nasty diarrhea poop on you, NBC.
It's been announced Dale Jr. will be going to Amazon Prime and Warner Brothers Discovery Sports to cover the races on Amazon and TNT starting in 2025. NBC is now set up to be worse than Fox.
This is a guy that inherited me from his daddy. Now, we talk generational, but you know what? He earned it. He earned it after his daddy. He is the most popular driver, ex-driver ever. I think he has more fans than his dad, and NBC has the audacity not to sign him again. What's wrong with you, NBC? What, you want to be Fox? Congratulations!
This decision to me is worse than Everham and Jeff Gordon breaking up. Jeff and Everham were on a roll. 4 championships. They broke up. Neither one of them won crap after that. They were not as good. This is just like Richard and Inman breaking up.
And you know, what has Junior proven after he retired?
This is the worst decision in NASCAR history.
He's a historian.
NBC letting Dale Jr. go.
He loves racing more than any other person on this list or still alive. I'm going to tell you, he loves racing NASCAR more than Richard Petty. Boom, I said it.
If the guy who let Dale Jr. get away from NBC, if he didn't get fired or she didn't get fired this morning,
need to be.
Then NBC's screw it. Look, NBC now could potentially be worse than Fox.
It's possible.
What did NBC have going for them last season that Fox didn't?
Dale Jr.
That's it. The only thing NBC's had. Look, I'm sorry. I like Jeff Burton.
Dude.
I like Steve Letarte. I like Rick Allen. I do like those guys.
What could be better
they can
than
do it without
Letarte and Dale? That was his crew chief.
Amazon.
Hire Letarte.
Go get Letarte.
Yeah, come on.
Get Rick Allen. Who do you think is going to be the play-by-play? I think
Kermit the Frog is who they're going to hire.
What's the dude's name that does it? Alex something that does it on Xfinity.
Yeah.
Alexander or whatever.
Yeah, Adam Alexander.
Yeah, that guy. Put him and Dell and Steve Letarte in the booth for 10 races.
Boom,
Amazon
you're
and
done.
TNT. You're going to have it. But this is great for Amazon and Warner
Brothers.
Brothers.
It's fantastic.
This is instant credibility, like 100% instant credibility. I'm more likely to watch a race with Dale Jr. commentating than without it.
And congratulations, Dale.
Yeah.
You don't have to spend as much time to probably make as much money. You could spend more time with your wife and kids. Congratulations.
I think this probably had something to do with NBC overstepping into the Dirty Mo Media stuff. I'm speculating 100% there. I don't know that for sure.
But you suck.
But it makes sense. Dirty Mo Media has released more content in 2024 than they did in 2023 under NBC.
Thank you. We get more Dale.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We get more Dale without NBC. Raise hell, praise Dale. You can't do that at NBC, but you can at Amazon. You can at TNT.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a great move for Dale. I'm happy for Dale Jr. I think it screws the 2024 season. The second half is just screwed out of its mind.
We got the playoffs without Dale. Hello.
We got to watch Rice with Barton. I mean, maybe we get Ward in there. That might help.
Maybe he can bring his son up in the booth with him because he
can't drive
and doesn't seem to be able to.
So, Jamie, can we take anything away from this Las Vegas race? Does this tell us anything on how the season is going to go? Loose Cannons 44 is a comedy-style podcast where we read headline news stories from the week and we add our flair of comedy to them. You're not going to want to miss it. Check out Loose Cannons 44 on YouTube, Spotify, or Apple Podcasts.
If you dial your car in right, you can leave everyone in the dust.
That's all it really
I mean,
tells
look,
us.
Tyler Reddick's his pit crew sucked.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
They back killed him.
Yeah. What about little Bubba?
Bush.
Why?
It's a stupid single lug nut. Like, it has to have something to do with this single lug nut because why else? I mean, we've had Family Man Dave on Twitter was talking about like 41 something loose lug nuts since this new car. That's
Why do we
15 a
need
year.
this lug
That's
nut?
too many. Like, it's just stupid. It's
Why do we
ridiculous.
need F1 lug nuts?
It's just embarrassing to have so many lug nut issues as a series. But hey, don't take my word for it, NASCAR. Y'all are doing a splendid job.
Way to go,
screwing up the
Friends
sport.
family. Mr. Phelps,
Yep.
fantastic.
Just keep screwing it up. Don't listen to the fans. We don't know what we like.
You're not a dirty diaper, Mr. Phelps.
We stopped watching your junk crap that you're putting on TV. Maybe you'll get it together. But
Hey, now they're screwing up IMSA.
they got 5 years of a TV contract. They're not going to do anything to help the fans.
They got
make
billions.
them more interested.
Are they
going
going to give charters?
5 years.
You think they're going to give charters?
Nah, I think they canceled the charters too.
Well, what value is there to be in NASCAR?
Look, I seriously think we need to start covering the Cars Tour and a Dirt Track Tour series on this show.
Once again, good job, Dale.
Yeah,
Good job.
exactly.
I mean,
Why
you
don't-
know,
They don't. The Cars Tour. Do they have an official podcast? Why
no,
don't we
they
become-
need one.
Why don't we become the official podcast for the Cars Tour or the Lucas Oil Late Model Series Tour? I mean, all we gotta do is get Jamie to get Flow Racing. This will be on like Donkey Kong. That's all. So, in my opinion, the best
I have
race,
Flow Racing. I
you
watch it after the fact. It's free.
got to be up to date so we can get the show that week.
It's just the next day.
No,
It's all good.
well, as long as it is, as long as we
But,
can
you
talk,
know,
as long as we can talk about the races,
the sprint
then I'm good with
cars,
it.
the
They
wing
race-
sprints,
Yeah.
I don't even know what day they're racing. I don't care.
it don't matter to you.
It's
does it?
freaking insane, though.
So maybe we start. Like, look, I'm willing to give NASCAR a couple more races. If this crap keeps up, we're gonna.
I'm ready to get my COVID at the Chili Bowl next year. I'm ready.
I want the COVID flu. I mean, not the COVID. What are they, the Chili Bowl flu. I ain't
Well, I can get a respirator over at Lowe's or Home Depot.
worried about COVID, man.
It ain't COVID, it's the smoke, dude.
Yeah, that's what gets you. It's called the Chili Bowl flu. Not the
It's
Chili
called
Bowl
carbon
flu.
monoxide poisoning.
Exactly. So the truck
But
race.
don't let Fauci know.
No.
No.
And don't let the Francis and the Kennedys and the Phelps get involved because they'll screw that up. I mean,
They'll put a single lug on the sprint cars.
they can screw up a chocolate cake at Dairy Queen. I'm telling you.
They can screw up
In my opinion,
my morning deuce.
In my opinion, the truck race was the best race of the weekend. Congratulations to Rajah Caruth on winning his first race. He led 38 laps, won that race. Great job. Proud of the guy. I'm excited to watch what he has coming up. The truck race to me was better because they raced hard. They raced neck and neck, beating and banging off each other. It was actual racing. It wasn't follow the leader. They actually raced each other. Ty Majesty, he led 40 laps. He was strong. It's nice to see him running good without cheating. I mean, last year he ran good, but they were cheating with the bleeder tires or whatever. So hopefully he's not bleeding his tires right now, but
He probably is.
probably. He's running really good though. So
He's pulling out the smallest drill bit he can get. And he's going,
So the Xfinity race was, in my opinion, the third worst race of the weekend for the third week in a row. I don't get it, man. Xfinity racing used to be the best race we got for 3 weeks in a row.
Was last
Daytona, Atlanta, Las Vegas. The Xfinity race has absolutely sucked this year.
well, NASCAR kind of pooped on the Atlanta race.
John Hunter Nemechek won the race, leading 99 laps out of 200.
I don't like John Hunter.
The
either.
race had 2 real cautions and 2 stage cautions. The real cautions were for the 31 car who wrecked by itself twice. So, look, I don't need a bunch of cautions to make it interesting.
During the poor coverage of the race.
Just me talking about it's making him
Oh.
yell. That's how bad it was, guys. No, John Hunter Nemechek won the race. Congrats to him. But I think we talked about on this show all season. Door Bumper Clear talked about on their show all season last year how Xfinity was the best race of the weekend. I think NASCAR's done something to screw with these cars during the offseason to make it suck. That was how they, in NASCAR's mind, how do we fix the next gen car? We make the Xfinity car worse.
It was Steve Felt's fault.
Everything's Steve Felt's fault.
Go.
Steve Feltz is killing NASCAR.
You know where he belongs?
Single-handedly.
He belongs at the America Cups race with his yacht and his boat shoes.
Kyle Larson.
Asking for Grey Poupon.
Kyle Larson goes out and leads 181 of 267 laps, Aero blocking his butt off to win at Las Vegas. No one else had anything for Kyle.
I want 30 seconds
long.
I want 30 seconds of Nitro Boost. You choose when to use it.
I mean, the only good thing
It defeats aero blocking.
when the coolest part of the race yesterday is Kyle Larson's celebration with his son Owen standing on top of the car, which was actually kind of cool.
Sweet. It was sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I've always been a sucker for dads and their kids in celebration. I mean, Kevin Harvick and Keelan.
Even Brandon said, hey, you guys need to mention this.
Yeah, he did.
Mhm.
Kevin Harvick used to do it with Keelan all the time. Kyle Busch was actually the one who got it for me. It's like him and Brexton.
Was that your turning point?
For Kyle?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was, actually. When Kyle broke his legs at Daytona, came back and won that race, and was throwing Brexton up in the air in victory lane, celebrating with his son and his wife, I got a little teary-eyed. And it was at that point I became a little bit of a Kyle Busch fan because he's a dad, and I'm a dad.
Are you?
Yeah.
I forgot.
So we relate on things. And that's why I liked him.
You have 3 chitlins, don't you?
3 of them, yeah. At one point, I was trying to think like maybe the booth doesn't do a good enough job selling the race to us, and that's why it wasn't interesting to us yesterday. But I don't think we can blame the booth on this one. I don't think we can blame Fox on the crappy quality of the race that this new car in NASCAR presents us.
Well, their camera shots still suck. The
many-
booth has been improved vastly
Actually,
with Harvick.
the camera did better.
Better is
Yeah, they showed the whole dang track a few times.
a couple of
I
times.
told my wife, I said, look, Fox is obviously...
How did they accidentally do that?
I think the guy got drunk. Right? They're in Vegas. Pot's legal. The cameraman's like, oh, crap, I zoomed out. Zoomed back in.
Man. They just saw
Every time he took a hit off his joint, he zoomed out.
Oh,
That's all it was.
The director was like, hey, why are you
Zoom
showing
back in,
all...
zoom back in,
What are
zoom
you
back in.
doing?
Hurry.
They
Put your
might
joint
see
down.
something else interesting.
Look, fuel mileage racing to me is boring. Aero blocking is boring. NASCAR it's becoming pretty dang boring.
You used to be about horsepower NASCAR. What's going on?
I don't know that I can commit 4 hours on a Sunday to watch this crap. How many times can somebody hand you a plate of crap before you say, you know what, I'm just not hungry.
This tastes like shit.
I'm not eating it no more. Like at some point, you had Tyler Reddick. He looked pretty good yesterday. He was the only car who looked good other than Kyle Larson. Probably the second best driver on the track yesterday, but he couldn't pass because of the aero blocking.
Ross had a couple of moments.
Yeah, but he couldn't pass because of the aero blocking.
Well, like I said, a couple. That's 2.
This is the Joey Logano of NASCAR cars. This next
Dude, we
car
could have
was made
slot racing that
for
would be
Joey.
more interesting.
Joey
Just-
Logano loves blocking. I hate this car, man. I absolutely hate it. Kyle Busch had a pretty good day yesterday. He looked strong for a little while until his pit crew threw it away yet again. Richard, Pop, it's about time you pull some funding from your overinflated grandson Austin and put it into Kyle's pit crew. Like every week, Kyle's got a decent car and is running good. Every week, Kyle Busch should be able to win, but he can't because he loses it on pit road.
Hold on, what are you talking about? 2311? Oh, no. RCR?
Yeah, Denny.
Denny,
bud.
come on, dude.
You need to pay. Like, you and Richard, are y'all getting your pit crews from the same guy? Like, if that's the case, you need to find a new supplier of pit crew people because Bubba shouldn't have had a problem he had.
Joe Gibbs Racing has issues too.
Yeah, but
I mean, come on.
they all have
Well, you're
issues.
leaders and you suck. I don't know.
Yeah, it's
I don't
crazy. I don't know how you fix it. Like,
I-
maybe Pop's getting to the age of retirement and needs to retire. So when Pop retires, we pull Austin out of the car, take the funding from Austin's car, and just dump it all into Kyle.
Maybe we need to just take a weekend off from racing. Don't do the podcast. Don't talk about it for a week. And maybe we'll come back refreshed and new, Brad.
See, I like your thinking, but I don't think that's correct because we took 2 months off this year.
There was no racing when we took it off.
I know, but we took it off and we come back.
Maybe
just
our
as bitter.
attitudes will change after.
I doubt it. I highly doubt it.
We can't watch F1 either because it's just the same thing with no roof.
So
It's the same car.
So here we go. This weekend's Phoenix. Phoenix is a throwaway race. It's going to suck. We know it's going to suck. Phoenix has not put on a good race since 1983. Jamie McMurray said it. We probably should not even be putting cars on the track at Phoenix, but NASCAR owns that track. NASCAR swindled a lot of money from the teams to improve that track. So they're going to keep racing at that track.
And they're going to disappear your charters so they can keep going to that track.
Correct. So we know it's going to suck. So how about this weekend we watch some Flow Racing series and we talk about that Monday
We can do that.
and see how it goes. We'll give it a shot, see how it goes. And if it sucks, then this podcast will just cease to exist and we'll just do Loose Cannons 44 because that's the rate NASCAR is pushing us towards.
I'm willing to let it go through Richmond and Martinsville.
So HMS proved yesterday they're still the strongest Chevy team. Chevy has now won 3 of the 3 races this season.
You know what's
Hendricks has
crazy?
now won 2 of the 3 this season.
Ford is looking stronger this year,
Well,
but
I
they
think-
can't win.
I think there's less parity in the manufacturers this year. I think Ford, Toyota, Chevy are all 3 equal, to be honest with you.
You think it's coming down to the crews?
I do. I think it comes
Pit
down
crew?
to the teams and the
Yeah.
pit crews and the drivers, honestly. I think yesterday with the Aero block, nobody was going to get around the leader. If Joey Logano would have been leading, nobody could have passed him. If Tyler Reddick would have been leading, nobody could have passed him. Kyle Larson was leading, and nobody could pass him.
What do you think Chevy's car next year is going to be? The Sonic?
Might as well. The Tahoe.
Go on.
Be the Tahoe.
Call it the Corvette. Do they make any other cars anymore other than
Not really.
Sonic and the Corvette?
It'll be some stupid smart car. I mean, I don't know what they're going to do. Maybe they should just bring the Camaro back. Just a limited series edition or something. The NASCAR
Do they
edition.
still make the Impala?
I don't think so.
Wow.
I don't know what they make now. Camry? That's Toyota. That's Toyota. What's the Cavalier? That was it.
I don't think they make that anymore either.
What was the one? It started with a P.
The Pontiac?
No, the Pulse or something like that back in the day. Probe.
The Probe.
Who made the Probe? Was that a Ford?
That was Ford.
Okay.
It looked like it drove right up your butt, dude.
The Probe. Yesterday, Ford looked good. We just said Toyota looked good. Stewart Haas Racing. Noah Gragson finished 6th. Chase Briscoe looked good yesterday.
What about the other two? They ought to just.
So you're really starting to.
Here's what I'm believing.
You're leading me to my prediction.
They leave Ford.
I agree.
They sell 2 charters.
I agree.
Yep, that's what I'm thinking.
And they go to Honda.
Yeah.
I think that's it. I think Stewart Haas Racing sells 2 charters next season.
What other team's going to make them what other manufacturer's going to make them a tier 1?
I don't think Honda comes in next year, though. I think Honda will be 2026 and Stewart Haas will go next year. Next year will be a lame duck season. I do think there's 2 drivers at Stewart Haas Racing who will lose their ride at the end of this season. I do believe Stewart Haas Racing will auction off or sell or throw away or something 2 charters.
The charter disappears after this year, doesn't it?
That's true. Charters go away.
He needs to sell it now.
Exactly. If I was him, I would. I'd just go ahead and fire him mid-season. Screw it.
Maybe.
Who do you fire? Josh
Josh,
Berry's brand new. We don't know.
he's
Noah
shown
Gragson.
some promise.
Noah Gregson's showing a lot of promise already. Chase Briscoe's look good. Who else they got over there?
Oh,
Priest?
Priest. Yeah,
Yeah,
he
Priest
sucks.
is out. Bye, Priest. No offense. Sorry. You go back to racing modifieds.
Maybe the Wood brothers will take him.
Maybe. Maybe the Real Brothers take Priest. I don't know. I
think the Burton cousins are going to have to start their own team if they're going to continue racing.
I think Briscoe is out. Unless Briscoe has a 2 or 3 race wins. Briscoe
the
has
way he's been driving, he could win 2 or 3 races.
But he has to win 2 or 3 races that aren't super speedway races. That's not Atlanta, not Talladega, not Daytona, and not a road course. I think he's gonna have to run a 1.5 mile an hour over.
I'm going to make a prediction here.
Go ahead.
And it's and it's a couple things have to happen. If NASCAR evaporates the charter, Junior is in the cup as an owner.
Okay.
Then they'll decide, holy crap, we really need the charters back, and Junior will have charters.
They're going to let the charter expire this year. Just
Junior's going to come in,
a charter.
2-car team, and have a charter 2026.
Maybe Junior buys 2 charters from Stuart Haas at a discount.
Maybe he should buy NASCAR. He bought cars.
Maybe.
I
I think he could fix NASCAR.
Yeah, because
he is the only hope NASCAR has.
France family can't.
No, I mean, and then like we said, next weekend's Phoenix, and we know that's going to suck.
Ben Kennedy sounds like he belongs in D.C.
I mean, NASCAR has been building up all offseason about how great their new short package is going to be in this car. We get to see that at Phoenix. The drivers tested it in the offseason, got out and said, no different. Still sucks, but...
Even Junior said, well, they need to fix it with their tires since they can't fix it with the car.
That's right. They're not.
Yeah, Junior. NBC,
Dale
are you
Jr.
listening?
I mean, NBC, y'all now suck.
Yep,
you suck like MRN. I don't like MRN either.
They suck like CBS.
MRN's got that idiot Dave Moody. Can't stand that guy. Dude was born in 1961. He's just a boomer. He doesn't relate to any of the fans anymore. I mean,
has he ever though? If you think about it,
no. Dave's made a living telling fans they're wrong.
He kisses France.
That's all he does.
France's butt. All the France. Ben Kennedy, come here.
Dave wouldn't have a job without NASCAR, right? And I get it. He's just a company man. That's all he is.
He's a deuce sitting on the toilet seat.
He will agree with anything NASCAR says.
He has to, though.
I know, but
they own him.
I don't mind that. Like the morning drive, the first show on Sirius XM every day, Dave Moody's show. These are the shows that basically I unsubscribe to Sirius XM because of these shows. Because don't tell me I'm wrong for having an opinion, which is what Dave notoriously does.
Dude, he puts down callers.
My wife
just constantly.
My wife would hear me listening to him when I was shaving my head or something and be like,
"That guy's an ass."
So rude."
I
mean, me and Dave have had our run-ins on Twitter. I misspelled a word on Twitter and he called me out. So congratulations, Dave. You called out a dyslexic for misspelling. You're a genius, bud.
But
you being able to spell correctly doesn't make you any smarter than me.
I don't think he can. I think he just Googled it. I don't think he can spell. Have you ever seen him on a spelling bee? In 1967, when he was at the spelling bee on the Scripps spelling bee, I may have mispronounced it there.
Probably.
Because it's Script Howard, I think.
You're gonna upset Dave. He's
pulling out his dictionary right now.
Yeah. To call you out for your mispronunciation.
So Dave,
I
haven't liked you for a long time.
Yeah, I was gonna trash him, honestly. I was ready to get on this show and just bash Dave.
I think you did.
I think I was a little nice. I don't want to be as disrespectful as I could be because of his age. I mean, he's Joe Biden's age, right?
I think so. And he's kind of like
Dave Moody is the Joe Biden of NASCAR.
Pretty much.
We'll make a short out of that.
He wants to be on social media eating ice cream. Ice cream.
Well, Jamie, let me tell you, Jamie, you're wrong because you see, ice cream was not created by NASCAR. NASCAR said ice cream sucks. So you know what, Jamie? Ice cream sucks.
Ben Kennedy, can I get some ice cream, Ben Kennedy?
All right, I think we've bashed NASCAR and Dave Moody and MRN and Fox and NBC enough for one day. Next race we got is Phoenix.
Hey, guess what, though? I'll be listening to when NBC gets the races. I'll go back to what I was doing with Fox. I will be listening to MRN or PRN.
See, I dislike Dave Moody so much, I won't even listen to MRN. I turn the subtitles on.
You only have to worry
read
half the race, so you're okay.
I don't even listen.
PRN will get it for the
Dude, I could literally mute it and be just as entertained as I am not with it unmuted. If it wasn't for me having other crap to do on the weekends, I wouldn't even have NASCAR on in the background.
They might bring Dave Moody into the booth to replace Dale Jr.
You want to guarantee I won't watch whatsoever? Put Dave Moody on TV.
I
canceled Sirius XM because of the dude. I don't listen to MRN because of the dude. I'm not going to watch NBC if he's on there. I'm just not. I'm not going to support something that financially supports him. I can't. I dislike the guy that much.
Wow.
If you dislike the fan base of a sport that you work for, you got serious issues.
You got to remember.
That's a mental issue for sure.
NASCAR hates their fan base.
Well, Dave does too.
I mean, we always talk about the early 2000s where it peaked. Why did it stop peaking? Why did it plateau and go down? Because they care less and less about their fans.
I mean, Dave Moody calls himself the Godfather. That's how arrogant this dude is. He thinks he's the Godfather of NASCAR. No, you're more like a step parent, dude. You're like a redheaded step parent. So, anyway, enough on Dave.
You hold Ben Kennedy's purse. Let's just be honest.
100%.
Man purse.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
His clutch. Let's not even give him a purse.
It's just a little clutch.
A little clutch.
All right, so we're racing in Phoenix. The race is at 3:30 p.m. on Fox. It will be on Dave Moody's channel, so try not to listen to it. If you have the ability to listen to it, turn it off and don't listen to it. It is a short track, so we know it's going to suck.
NBC does show the recap. You can...
Yeah. NBC shows Fox's recap.
Yeah.
They do a better job at the recap than Fox. NBC's recap of the Fox race is better than the Fox broadcast.
Sad.
And now without Dale Jr., Fox is going to start recapping the NBC broadcast for us.
Better than
NBC. So we're going to do fantasy. Thanks to NASCAR not releasing the driver lineups until the end of the week or the day of the race for Xfinity and Truck, we're not going to be able to do our fantasy with them anymore.
Because we're picking drivers that aren't even
racing.
So
last week I had 2 points overall. Jamie had 1 point overall.
Frankie did not pull out for me because he's a no-show.
Exactly. And that's why we can't pick Xfinity and truck drivers. So we're just going back to one driver a week.
Thanks, Ben Kennedy.
Thank
Once
you, Ben.
again.
We appreciate you, buddy.
Yeah, you know who's racing, but you won't tell anybody.
You work real hard at screwing our podcast up, Ben.
Yep.
Maybe that's it. We're not a NASCAR affiliated podcast. So Ben's like, you know what? Those guys over at Race
we don't
Cars
own
backwards.
them.
Let's screw them.
We don't own them.
Good.
Dave Moody, mess with them.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Be
Dave,
the junkyard dog you are, Dave Moody.
Go get them, Dave.
Yeah.
Sick them, boy.
Because I'm Ben Kennedy. I'm not getting my hands dirty.
So now we're going to pick one driver a week. 1 point they'll be worth. We can't pick the same driver. The driver lineup will reset at the playoffs.
Yep.
So this week, you pick first, Jamie. I'll pick second. Total overall points it's 4-1. So we're close enough.
5-4.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Total. Who has 5 and who has 4?
You have 5. I have 4. So you pick first this week because I did win last week.
I'm going Ross.
Crash Dane.
I like Ross Chastain. He's my guy.
I mean, he won.
Trackhouse is my favorite team.
He won here last year, so he won the final race of the season at Phoenix.
Where did Vin Stinkenberger finish at?
Vin Stinkenberger finished first. You talking about the F1 race?
No. The Giz.
Saturday?
Yeah.
In the back. He wrecked.
Really?
Yeah, he had issues.
I watched it and didn't even know.
Actually, I think it was his pit. I think he had mechanical failure or something like that. He had to go behind the wall.
That's sad.
So you got Ross. I'm going to take Chase Briscoe this week.
Way Chase has been driving. If his car can stay together and he not wreck, he's going to win.
Well, like you said, it's more like playing chess than checkers. And with you picking first, you picked Ross. So I just have to pick a guy that I think can beat Ross and that I don't mind throwing away early in the season. So I went with Briscoe. So we'll see how that. So, I mean, if I win next weekend, we'll come out tied. That's basically how this works.
No, basically.
Well, other than that, really, guys, that's about all we got this week. You can thank Las Vegas for that. But
well, actually, I mean, we spent a lot of time bitching because they suck.
Yeah, but we're not going to be able to do episodes every week where all we do is complain. I mean, we probably can.
Well, I mean,
emotionally, I don't think we need to.
Maybe we should just take off for the short tracks.
Well, like I said,
possibility.
Next week, tune in because we are going to watch some sprint car racing, some dirt track racing. We're going to watch some flow racing this weekend, and that's what we're going to talk about next week. So
I'll do a little road racing.
Yeah,
we'll have stuff to talk about.
If the Phoenix race sucks, we'll have plenty to talk about with other series. And if that's something that y'all enjoy and that we enjoy talking about every week, we're going to slowly start taking, well, it might be quickly taking NASCAR completely out of this show. We'll keep doing the Xfinity driver highlights.
Yeah, we can pop in and complain every once in a while.
Oh, well, we're good at that, so that'll happen. But thanks to everybody who watches every week, who listens. Everybody who's listened for 88 episodes, we greatly appreciate you. Follow us on Twitter. We're at Car Backwards. Make sure you go to our YouTube channel and subscribe and check out all our other videos. Check us out on Spotify. Follow us and rate us there. Subscribe to the show on Apple Podcasts and leave us a review like Brandon did. When you leave us a review, it helps other people find this show. So if you enjoy it and you want other people to enjoy it too, please leave us a review on Apple Podcasts so we can have other people find the show. You can send us a DM on social media or you can email us. Our email is racecarbackwardspod@gmail.com. Make sure you check out our other show, Loose Cannons 44. You can find that on our YouTube channel. You can find it on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube Music. Other than that, make sure you go to our merch store. It's racecarbackwards.threadless.com. And make sure, if you're not following us on Twitter or X, make sure you do follow us because we're going to start doing weekly giveaways. Last week, we gave away 3 stickers, so we're going to give another 3 away this week. I will post it after the show, and hopefully you win. So make sure you follow us on social media. Other than that, y'all have a great week, and we'll see you next week. Bye, everybody.
Peace.
You just listened to Race Car spelled backwards. For that, we thank you.